Hello, and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana also is participating currently in this correction that we see. The question is only, is this already the C wave of this wave 4 that many of you are waiting for? I know. Or are we still in a third wave extension before the fourth wave has started or is starting? I think we still need a little bit more patience. The market doesn't quite give us the answer just yet. If you know, or if you watched the last video, then you know what levels we need to see break to confirm that the C wave to the downside is unfolding. Let me explain for anybody who's new on the channel. We are tracking a bullish scenario for Solana, which is part of an overall correction, but that's not so important at the moment. At the moment, what is relevant is that we're tracking here a so-called diagonal structure, which should still complete a wave 4 and then rally in a wave 5 later to $93, $113 plus, the way this is going at the moment. Condition is that we are going to hold wave 4 support. I'm only going to add that to the chart once we have a confirmed top in place, but it might be sort of in the low $40 region, possibly where that trend channel is finishing as well down here, or where we have the lower edge, the lower boundary line of that trend channel. So that's sort of the base case, okay? There's basically only one scenario I'm tracking at the moment here. It should be quite straightforward. Nothing has changed here on this daily, or actually it's a 4-hour chart I show you right now for many, many weeks. This is still the structure that we have been tracking for weeks, actually possibly even months, okay? That we are here in an ending diagonal. Third waves, especially in diagonals, can easily extend. And we might see that at the moment. Whereas it's not entirely clear on the smaller time frame if we are dealing with a B wave in wave 4 already, or if the third wave is still unfolding. That's the uncertainty we have to embrace in the markets. And whether there are some clear levels that need to break that would give us some clarity that the C wave to the downside is unfolding. Now let's go to the 1-hour chart. There are basically two scenarios on the smaller time frame I'm tracking. It's also quite simple. Well, it gets difficult when you have 3 or more, but with 2, it's actually fairly straightforward. Especially as they are both bullish. They're all both part of the same base case. Just in one of them, we get a deeper pullback, which is here, the white subdivision. In the first scenario, we can assume that the third wave topped on the 16th of November. We have an A wave to the downside, a high B wave, and we could now be ready for a C wave to the downside. However, I haven't got that evidence that the C wave has started. Quick reminder, when we moved down here, I highlighted to you we have to keep the door open for higher, possibly even for an overshooting B wave or an extension of the third wave, because we only have 3 waves down in this move. And if that's the A wave, then an overshooting B wave can occur. If this is still part of the third wave extension, then we can also expect higher in wave 3. The reason is just that whenever we have an A wave in 3 waves, it's not crystal clear if we get an extension in the previous wave or if the B wave, is just overshooting. That's just the nature, of a fourth wave basically. Because if we are already in this fourth wave, then we're looking here at an A, B, C, and we know basically that in fourth waves, we get fake outs and stuff like that. So that, even though it can be frustrating price action because we don't always know where we are, it's not really about that. And it's all about, Elliott wave told us that we have to be ready for fake outs and overshooting B waves. I mean, hopefully everybody was prepared, but we still have to embrace that uncertainty. Again, I can't rule out that this was a high B wave, especially because it never really broke our resistance. And also not really the projection. The projection here for this move up was, I think, up to $76. I mean, it reached 77. That's not a sustained break above it. And if we look at Fibonacci retracements for a high B wave, here, $76, the 1.38 was basically touched, briefly broken, but I don't call that a break of resistance, okay? It reacted to resistance, it respected resistance, and that's typically a level that I'm watching for, especially that on the daily time frame there isn't even a break. So that's why we have to keep both short-term scenarios in the focus. Anyway, you always need a workable bullish scenario, yeah, and a workable bearish one. They are both part of an overall bullish one, okay? It's just that in one of them, we should get a deeper pullback, in the other one not. Now, there is one clear level that I would use to distinguish. It's not invalidation, so there is a series of levels that need to break to really confirm that we are in a C wave. And more important than a break of certain levels is actually the structure. So the first good confirmation we would get is a break below $61.60. Needs to be a sustained break. If that happens, I would rather say, well, yes, we are in the C wave. At the moment, it keeps us a little bit in limbo. With a break below the A wave low, which is at $51.40, that's really when we get confirmation that we are in the C wave. Okay, so it appears that from the comments, some of the viewers can't handle that uncertainty well, you know, but to be honest, the chart is fairly clear. Okay, the chart is fairly clear. We basically track this for our chart. I've been tracking this for our scenario. Basically here, this diagonal structure for many weeks, and we have a very clear level to watch. But also, you know, don't try to. It seems like people, some of you, not it's the small minority, try to look for clarity everywhere. You know, sometimes, you know, the outcome of a technical analysis could be where we have quite a lot of uncertainty in the chart, and then you have to think about what does that mean for your portfolio, what does that mean for your trading decision. Because, you know, I did read a comment yesterday, is like, oh yeah, no, you've got two scenarios, it's just too many. Well, there are always two anyway, so but there are too many. I can't, you know, I don't know where to buy, right? You know, that's where trading strategy and tactics come in. I can really only give you the technical analysis. I can't give you, you know, a handhold how you trade, because that's your own strategy, of course, you know, your own situation and so on. But sometimes the best move is not to do anything, right? Don't try to force a decision if the chart isn't clear, okay? And I think it's fairly clear, but I also don't think it offers a great reward to risk ratio to the upside at the moment. It's all about risk. Of course, it could go up further. That's why I give you micro support, but it's just the risk that we get this C wave pullback. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say? Focus on the charts that offer really solid reward to risk ratios, and where you have, and that's even more important, where you have clear risk parameters, okay, very clear. I mean, here, as I said, below $61.60, we only get the first confirmation that wave C starts. It will be fully confirmed below the A wave low. Do you really want to go long here with a stop below the A wave low? I mean, you can do that, but the thing is, the likelihood is we're very close to the end of that third wave extension. But yeah, you have to make the decision for yourself. I can really only present you with the relevant levels and the structure of the chart. But yeah, embrace the uncertainty, you know, embrace the uncertainty. You have to do that. You know, there's never going to be just one scenario. Yeah. So that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.